We know a lot less about neuroscience than we think we know. So we know a lot about the brain. So this isn't one fact, but the fact is that most of what the brain is doing is not something that we fully understand yet. So I'm Jared Tanner. I am a research associate professor in the Department of Clinical and Health Psychology.
If your research could be summed up by a song, what would that song be?
Oh, that's a hard one. So there's a song by a group, Yellow Card, that's called How I Go. It's really actually about a movie, but it's a lot about aging, and so a lot of my research is looking at the aging brain and looking back on life, so that would probably be the closest one.
What does a perfect day look like for you?
A perfect day really is just kind of a day when I get to spend time with family, and then I also really enjoy the days that I get to interact with students as well, and either one-on-one or in a classroom is really a nice day, and regardless of weather or anything else, it's just more about the people.
How do you keep your brain active?
So we're really trying lots of different things. Exercise helps a lot, then just being willing to try something new and not just always being stuck in a routine or in a rut. That allows us to learn new things, and that will stretch our brains.
So how do you keep your students engaged in a lecture?
I'm a big fan of Kahoots. So they're very interactive, and sometimes it's like, oh, we did middle school or high school, but just do things that are engaging. So always trying to think about, as much as possible, let's make experience hands-on for students. And so in a neuroanatomy class, we have a lab portion, they're literally hands-on with brains. And then during lecture portion, as we're learning different things about the brain, or we're learning about imaging, how does this maybe help us in our day-to-day lives or in our future clinical experience? So it's really about making it as relevant to them and their future and their individual lives as possible.
So can you explain your research to me like I'm a 5-year-old?
Yes, so I study the brain. What I'm really interested in currently is what happens to the brain as we grow up, we get older, but particularly as we're getting older. And what can we do to help protect the brain, to keep it safe and healthy? And so a lot of that is kind of revolving around just lifestyle factors that we do or don't do. So that's really the core of what it is right now. It's not quite like you were 5, but...
What is white matter, and how is it related to cognition and memory?
Our brain is generally composed of 2 things, what we call gray matter and white matter. Gray matter would be the bodies of cells, kind of the functional units in the brain, and the white matter are all of the connections. So this would be like wiring inside or roads connecting different parts of a city. Sometimes what happens is as people get older, you get a little bit of damage. That can be a stroke, it could be a head injury, something happens and the white matter of the brain gets bruised or a little bit damaged, disconnected. So that means our brains will not be quite as efficient in communicating. And so with something like memory, to remember something, we have to pay attention to it, we have to learn it, we have to store that information, be able to pull it out of storage. And the white matter is helping just transfer all of that information to and from storage and helping us focus. And so as we damage the white matter, then we damage the ability to focus and learn things and get information out of storage.
You've already seen this, you've made this image, this beautiful
picture of a brain.
Picture of a rainbow brain. Can you explain where this illustration comes from and what it shows?
Yes, so one of my hobbies, I guess, is making a brain art. And so this is using a type of scan of the brain, a picture of the brain. It's called diffusion imaging. So with this, we can look at really the white matter of the brain, but make it different colors. Sometimes I pick the colors just to be sort of artistic, but the colors have intrinsic meaning. They can mean which direction are they going, sort of up, down, front, back, left, right. Is that white matter going primarily in that direction or not, or a different direction? This is just showing the structure of white matter, that it's not just kind of a blob like a cream filling in a donut. These are wires and roads and networks. We would have the ability to see all of these connections, and some of us think it's beautiful as well.
What advice would you like to give to your students?
I like to tell students that they're extremely bright, extremely capable, can do a lot of things. One piece of advice, though, is to really figure out what you value, what you really want to do, what's really important to you, and then try to keep what you're doing day to day, month to month, year to year in alignment with those values. There's different paths to get to what you end up doing in your life, in a career. And we talked about this picture of the brain. That's where it started for me in a psychology class, seeing these pictures of white matter in the brain. I thought these very beautiful pictures, and this said, that's what I want to do. And that led to a PhD and led to what I do.
Yeah, you never know what is going to lead to your future for sure.
Yep.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Tanner.
Thank you.